Most people do not buy the wrong dryer brand. They buy the wrong dryer type. And their home makes that clear within the first month. If you are choosing between a gas dryer, an electric dryer, and a heat pump dryer, this video gives you the full picture, not the marketing version, the real one. Here is the short answer before we go deeper. Gas dryers are fast and reliable if you already have a gas line. Electric dryers are the standard choice, familiar, widely available, straightforward if your home has the right circuit. Heat pump dryers are a different system entirely. They use less energy, they are gentler on fabric, and they work in spaces where venting is impossible or impractical. By the end of this video, you will know exactly which type fits your home, whether that is a house, an apartment, a condo, or a tight laundry closet. Let's start with how each one produces heat. A gas dryer burns natural gas to generate heat. The motor and controls still use electricity, but the heat source is gas. It needs two things: a gas hookup and an exhaust vent. An electric dryer uses a resistance heating element powered by electricity. It runs on a 240-volt circuit. Most homes in the United States already have this. Like a gas dryer, it needs a vent to push out hot, moist air. A heat pump dryer works differently. It does not burn gas. It does not use a heating element the traditional way. It pulls heat from surrounding air using a refrigerant loop. It recirculates that air through the drum, and it removes moisture through condensation, not a direct exhaust path. Many heat pump dryers are ventless. That single fact changes where you can install them. These are three different engineering approaches to the same job. Understanding how they differ is where every good buying decision starts. Here is where most buyers get confused. Gas and standard electric dryers heat air aggressively and push it through fast. The clothes come out hot, the cycle feels complete. That is the drying experience most Americans grew up with. Heat pump dryers do not work that way. They dry at lower temperatures, cycles take longer, and when you open the door, the clothes are not hot. They feel dry, but not warm. That disconnect causes a real problem. People think the machine is not working. They call it slow. Some return it before they understand what happened. But the clothes are dry. The machine is doing exactly what it was designed to do. This is the single biggest misunderstanding about heat pump dryers in the United States market right now. If you expect it to behave like a vented gas dryer, you will be disappointed. If you understand what it actually is, you will see exactly why it exists. Remember this: heat does not equal done. It equals familiar. In real daily use, the differences show up depending on what you are drying. For a typical mixed load, t-shirts, socks, light clothes, the gap between gas and standard electric is small. Both handle everyday laundry without drama. For towels, bedding, and heavy cotton, the differences become real. Gas moves through these loads fast. Standard electric is reliable but can take longer on bulky items depending on the vent setup. Heat pump dryers take the most time with heavy loads. That is the trade-off you accept going in. For families running multiple loads back to back, the dryer type matters more than it does for one person doing laundry twice a week. Running 4 loads in a row on a heat pump dryer feels different than running them on gas. Know your actual load pattern before you decide. 1 load every other day is a different conversation than 6 loads on a Saturday. The machine does not adapt to your life. You choose the machine that already fits it. The sticker price is not the real price. Let's break this down properly. Gas dryers cost more upfront than comparable electric models. If you do not have a gas line already, adding one can cost anywhere from several hundred to over $1,000, depending on your home and location. Factor that in before you decide gas is the cheaper option. Electric dryers are generally the most affordable to buy, but if your home does not have a 240-volt circuit, you will need an electrician. That is an additional cost many buyers discover on delivery day, standing in the laundry room with a new machine and no compatible outlet. Heat pump dryers have the highest purchase price of the three, but their energy consumption is significantly lower than standard electric models. Over 3 to 5 years of regular use, that difference adds up. In states where electricity rates are high, the efficiency gap is not small. The right way to think about this: total cost of ownership over 5 years, not the price on delivery day. A cheap machine can be expensive every month for the next 5 years. An expensive machine can turn out to be the most affordable one you ever owned. Think past the sticker. Gas dryer installation requires a gas line and a clear exhaust vent path. If both exist and are in good condition, installation is straightforward. If either is missing, cost and complexity go up fast. Not every home allows this. Many apartments and condos do not. Electric dryer installation requires a 240-volt outlet and a vent path to the exterior. Most single-family homes in the United States have both. Swap the machine and go. Heat pump dryers change the installation equation. Many are ventless, no vent path required. For apartments, condos, co-ops, converted spaces, and laundry closets with no exterior wall access, this matters. Picture this: a dense city building, no gas access, vent path blocked by structure, 6-foot run hits a wall. A heat pump dryer is often the only practical option in that situation, but ventless does not mean zero requirements. You still need the correct electrical circuit, and if the unit uses active drainage, you need a drain path, or a collection tank you empty manually. Check your home before you check the spec sheet. High heat is fast, but high heat is not always better. Gas and standard electric dryers run hot. For durable everyday fabrics, cotton basics, towels, denim, that is fine. For athletic wear, delicate blends, and performance fabrics, repeated high heat cycles cause real damage over time. Shrinkage, fabric fatigue, elastic breakdown. Heat pump dryers run at lower temperatures. That is not a flaw. For anyone with delicates, wool, or expensive wardrobe pieces, it is a genuine advantage. If most of what you dry is cotton basics and towels, this section matters less. If you own expensive or technical fabrics, it matters more than you expect. Every dryer needs basic maintenance: lint management, airflow path, sensors, door seal, drum support. These apply to all 3 types. For gas and electric vented dryers, the vent is the most common failure point that owners ignore. A restricted vent does not just slow drying, it stresses components. It creates fire risk. Long vent runs, crushed flex duct, and blocked exterior caps cause a large share of dryer failures that owners blame on the machine itself. We have seen standard electric dryers replaced because the owner believed the heating element failed. The heater was working correctly. The vent run was wrong from the day the machine was installed. For heat pump dryers, the maintenance priorities shift. The condenser area needs regular cleaning. Lint migration inside the system is more consequential than in a vented machine. If the unit drains actively, that path must stay clear. Neglect the system, and efficiency drops first. Then parts follow. The most common mistake across all 3 types: judging a dryer by whether it turns and produces some heat. That tells you almost nothing about actual system health. Before you buy, answer 7 questions. Do you have a gas line? Do you have a working 240-volt circuit? Is there a clear vent path to the exterior? Is this a house or an apartment? Is speed more important to you than efficiency? Do you run heavy loads frequently? Do you need gentle drying for delicate fabrics? Your answers tell you what to buy. Gas exists, and you want the fastest, familiar experience. Choose gas. No gas, standard setup, you want a reliable mainstream option. Choose electric. Vent is difficult or impossible. Efficiency matters. Fabric care matters. Choose heat pump. Accept that it dries differently than what you grew up with. That is not a defect. That is the design. The best dryer is not the most expensive. It is not the most efficient on paper. It is the one that fits your home, your circuit, your vent situation, and the way you actually do laundry. Next video: what actually breaks on each dryer type and when repair makes more sense than replacement. Subscribe so you catch it when it goes up.